What's good, YouTube? It's your man Mo, back for another video. And today, man, as you can see by the thumbnail and the title, got y'all with another banger video. Hey man, I got y'all with a police surprising mother after baby was found alone in a hotel room for hours. Now, I don't know about y'all. I don't know how you could just somehow leave a baby in a hotel room by itself for hours. But nonetheless, that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and let's get right into the video.
To get upset with us, like this is our problem that we created. No. We didn't create this problem.
On December 6th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a hotel after receiving reports that two children, ages 1 and 3, had been left unsupervised in a hotel room for several hours.
He just got called over here because they were crying, so then he came and didn't want to leave them alone. So he went and grabbed. Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Hi.
So can you tell me what's going on?
Yeah, we got called because your kids were by themselves.
No, they weren't.
Who was here then?
My sister was just here.
Okay, they weren't here for the last 30 minutes when the worker came and checked. So that's why we're here. Baby was like grabbing at that he needs a diaper change, I think. I've at least been here for 12 minutes, and the person who called had been here for some time before calling. So
This is ridiculous, honestly. Okay, so you have to stay in the room now with me?
I'm waiting because you keep going out there, and I need to make sure these kids are good because you weren't here for like 30 minutes, or no one was here. An adult was not here for 30 minutes with them.
They were both sleeping. My sister just came out, and I went to the store.
For 30 minutes?
My sister was here.
Ma'am, I'm telling you, the person who called is someone who works here.
Okay, I understand that. But they have to, there will be a complete investigation. Because then they have to prove that I was gone.
What's your first name?
You need my first and last name?
And what's a good phone number for you?
224.
So she's saying that this
officer is in there watching your kids. We'll go in there and talk to them. Go inside and watch your children, please.
Okay. This is bullshit.
Who was what's your name that was watching them? How do you spell that? Can you stay over here, ma'am?
I'm trying to hear what's going on.
And a phone number?
I don't have her phone number. I literally have a laptop. You see, I don't even have a phone.
How do you speak to her?
Facebook.
Okay, can I
just gave you her name. I don't have a phone number. I don't even have a phone. This is all I have. I can show you that. So what do you want me to do?
What's her address? Hello.
Hi there. All right.
Hi guys.
What's going on today?
okay. So
They were left unattended. She says just 30 minutes, but it claims like 2 to 4 hours.
They were literally
Just
sleeping. That's why
I gotta
my
find
daughter
somebody who
said-
can.
okay. How does the I'm guessing I would guess that it would be because of the lady, right? Or the person, whoever was watching them, I guess, would be able to say for hours if they stayed with the kids for hours. But I think the officer said that the person stayed there for 30 minutes. I don't know. We're gonna
Talk to me on the side.
Here, you guys can, yeah.
Hi.
Hi, boss. Mom is in here changing the other one.
So I think this is a mistake. Like she just
Can we talk to you
out
out here and then
early or something.
You want to switch places?
We'll swap out and we'll let
You
everybody
want to go
talk.
in there with the kids?
Are they okay?
Yeah, you can come in.
It's crazy.
Who is this?
In the bathroom.
You don't have a phone? How would anyone contact you? What is?
Well, I just contact, like, are you saying, like, how do I communicate with my family and everyone?
Yeah, say I'm trying to contact you. How would I contact you?
Through Facebook Messenger.
Facebook. Right. And then do you live here at this hotel?
Yeah.
This room? Okay. We were talking to Dalen. We just want to know the timeline of what happened. So what I understood is Dalen went to the gas station. Can you start from there? When Dalen left the gas station, where were you?
I went outside at first, and then I let my sister in. I was up here for a little, and then I left for about 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay, and your sister? Okay, you're in the room. You physically saw her in the room with the kids before leaving?
Yes.
Okay, and where did you go?
Is this supposed to be like, am I going to be arrested? Like, what's going on?
I'm just trying to figure out what happened. Right now, we walk.
She is so worried about getting arrested that it's making them think you're up to something. Because it's not even like the fact of like, I don't know how to explain it. Because, first of all, I don't like cops. I hate cops. So let's just get that out the way. But the fact that you're talking to these police, right, is already a thing. I always say, once they read you your rights, they're trying to arrest you. So I don't know if they read her rights at this point. It doesn't show that. But at this point in time, they're just trying to get the story of why they were called, what happened, where you were at, whatever. Cool. 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 But now the fact that you're saying, oh, my sister was in here, I went to here, am I going to get arrested? Like, it's making it seem as if like there's something we should be arresting you for. Why do you keep asking that? Does that make sense? It makes sense to me.
Walked
So
into
we're
a
gonna.
room where kids are by themselves. So I'm just trying to figure out what's
for
going
like
on.
30 minutes, but I understand. And was one of them sleeping?
Neither one of them was sleeping.
Okay.
Are you looking to start your own business?
She keeps saying 30 minutes, and it's making.
Well, look no further than busy.com. Right now, we'll complete.
She's definitely.
Can you just tell me what happened?
I was gone for 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay, and you left. Was your sister in the room? Okay,
you can see on the cameras, she comes here frequently. She showers here.
Does she have her own room key to the door?
No, she would need mine. She has a key to get in through the doors, but my door is currently off. That's how you guys were able to get in.
You left, and then where did you left, and where'd you go?
I went back down through this way.
Okay, you stayed in the hotel?
No, I left.
Okay,
for 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay, where'd you go?
I went to make an errand.
Where would that be?
In Elgin.
Elgin's
Do
pretty
I
big
have to be
place.
very specific?
I would like to know where you went. Yes.
I went to go handle some business.
Somewhere close to here. Where is that?
It's about 15 minutes at the most away.
Did you drive there?
No, I had a ride.
You had a ride. Who'd you ride with?
I think his name's.
Do you happen to have a last name?
So what it sounds like to me is that the way in the manner of which she has to conduct certain business may be an illegal manner in the state that she's in. It sounds like she had a ride or got a ride from a certain gentleman, and they went back to that gentleman's location, and they did some activities, and that gentleman paid her for her time. That's what it sounds like.
No. Yeah, it was requested for me.
Is that like an Uber service?
Right.
Or who requested that for you?
My sister.
Do you know where she is right now?
No, I don't. Probably at work.
Okay. What time does she usually go to work?
She has different shifts. They rotate, and it's peak season, so I don't know.
You left here to go run an errand. You got a ride from someone, and you don't want to tell me where that is?
It's a little personal, so I don't really feel the need to express it, but
so
I honestly just want to know what's going on, so like I can know if you guys are trying to cancel it before, so I could just let my mom know and call my grandma. So I just want to know what's like.
How long ago did Dalen leave the hotel?
I'm not sure because I was still here.
Okay, and then you left how long ago?
Bro, just arrest her. You're asking all of these questions. Like the timeline is already fucked, right? At the end of the day, me just looking right at where you're standing, there's cameras here. So why don't you just go and get the cameras to see exactly what happened instead of talking to her because she's just talking. You keep asking.
Probably way longer than 30 to 40 minutes, right? Because I've been here about what?
How long were you gone?
25 minutes. I was gone for up to 40 minutes.
When did you meet up with Dalen? Because you guys walked in here together.
I called him as soon as I was on my way back.
I thought neither one of you had a phone.
Did you see me come in with a laptop?
You called him on a laptop?
He has an iPad. Neither one of us don't have a phone.
And where'd you guys meet up at?
Outside.
Like outside the hotel?
So we have to take the kids to the hospital.
So am I going with my kids?
Well, we are taking them to the hospital so that they can get medically evaluated, and then we're gonna have to contact DCFS to see what they want to do.
What are you taking them to the what do you take? Okay, I don't know. Whatever.
I can't tell you what DCFS
So
is
you're
gonna
telling me
say.
you're taking my kids away from me?
They are going to the hospital to be checked out because the information that we've been provided is that they've been left there for several hours, since before 2 o'clock. So we have an obligation to make sure that the kids are safe, medically cared for. That time frame, really any time frame with kids that age is not acceptable, but when we're talking 3+ hours, that's a problem. So we have to make sure that they're okay. They have to be examined by a medical professional. I don't feel that.
Am I not given the right to go with my kids to the hospital?
Well, that's one thing we're going to be kind of talking about at this point. Just 1 second.
Say you call her on your laptop.
Yeah.
Let them do their thing, and you can have your laptop, and you can call, text, however you need. Deja, can you stay out here?
Call your mom or call someone because they're trying to take our kids.
You're gonna take our kids?
Yeah. So again, let's not make this any more complicated than it needs to be. The kids are going to the hospital to get checked out by.
Is he the dad? Well, obviously he's the dad. He's saying they're gonna take our kid, so obviously he's the dad. But my thing is like, where the fuck was he at? Was he at work? And where the fuck did she go?
By a medical professional because our investigations revealed that they've been left here alone since 1:30 p.m., which is completely unacceptable. We have an obligation to make sure that the kids are in a good medical condition, and so we are going to make sure that they're examined at a hospital, and we're going to call DCFS for further direction. That's what it is.
So do we get our kids back after the hospital?
We're going to have to call DCFS. DCFS is going to make that determination. We're going to have to call DCFS.
And I'm supposed to like trust that you guys are gonna.
You can trust us, believe me. We will.
You can trust us, believe me. The the ones that are actively in the proceedings of taking your kids away from you can trust us. Like,
do a good job.
What the fuck?
Sure that your kids are cared for.
What the fuck?
Again,
So you can't even come with him.
That's what I'm saying.
One thing.
I don't have a cell phone. How are you
one
guys gonna
thing-
tell me what's going on or the updates with my daughter?
We'll be with you. But one thing I will tell you is, although you're upset and frustrated, cooperation is going to be very important to make sure that this is a smooth process. If you want your kids back, then you need to cooperate.
I already went through this shit before.
I'm gonna try to reiterate what the officer was saying, all right? On behalf of the Elgin Fire Department, we have to make sure that the kids are well taken care of. I'm Captain Walzak with the department.
We understand that. That's not the point that they're tripping about. It's the fact that you won't allow at least one of them to go with the kids. You're telling two black parents, hey, we're going to take your hey, let me fix this. You're telling two black parents, obviously in a struggling position, hey, us group of white people are going to take your kid to a hospital and you can't go with us, and we'll call you to let you know what the status is of your kids and if you're going to get them back. Now, that's just one level, right? Now let me go to the next level. Hey, two 20 to 30-year-old adults, we're taking your kids, even though we can obviously see that you're in a struggling situation living in a motel, and we're taking your kids, us government officials, to the hospital at a location you're not going to be at because we don't believe that the story you're telling us is true, and we will get in contact with you as far as the next proceedings of if you're going to get your children back, even though you don't have a phone. doesn't sound right at all.
You've got my name. I can give you all the contact information you need. I believe one of the officers is going to be remaining. So we're going to have ways. I understand your phone's not working. The city's going to provide you with an officer so that they can relay information. And
So you don't know like how long like
We
this
do.
going
No,
on?
it's literally up to DCFS.
Again, we're not gonna say that they're
The average professional waits over
Yeah, I gotta skip some of this
3
because
hours a
they're
day on
they're
manual
literally
tasks.
just going back and
Changes
forth
now. With on-demand
about
kids away from you. They may give the kids back to you tonight, but we have a process that we need to go through, and it's imperative that you guys don't obstruct or make this any more difficult than it
he can't even go. He wasn't even there, or maybe I don't know.
needs to be, because again, we have to report to DCFS on what goes on.
Well, hold on one second.
I just need to get my iPad.
We're not gonna be one.
just because they're under your custody, unless you're cool with us taking.
We have an officer coming up to follow them
Yeah.
to the hospital, so we should
We'll
have
get
an
them down at
officer.
the ambulance.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Can I contact
Call your
my
mom.
sister
Call your grandma,
Can I
call your
contact on my iPad? I have not been
You'll get a
in
chance to.
contact
Yeah.
with anybody.
Yeah, why don't you come on out here with
On
us?
the hallway.
why does he need to go in the
It's
hallway?
a case to talk to these officers.
Come on,
Please
let's
cooperate.
go.
We'll let you make a phone call.
So you're making this more
But
complicated than it needs to be.
corroborating is making you guys take my kids. No, don't say shit else. Because this is bullshit.
Go out in the hallway now. Okay, in the hallway.
No, no, it's okay. I'm going. I'm going. For what?
Put your arms
For
on
what?
Just put them on your back.
For what? For what? Me?
No, I had my fucking sister.
What did they say?
For what? Me?
Just put them on your back.
For what? For what? Me?
No, I
What?
had my fucking sister.
She wasn't here. The video shows she wasn't here.
Okay,
You can't lie with the video.
I don't give a. You guys have to see everything, okay?
Okay.
From beginning to see how many people enter these doors, okay?
I did. We're calling.
For endangering
probably gonna be endangering. I mean,
No,
it's-
please. They're taking me to jail.
For what?
Please, no.
It's
You
bullshit.
can't just
You
leave
came
your
into
kid
our
on.
hotel room.
The bad decision is you committed a crime, and
No,
we have
I
an
did not.
obligation to make sure that your kids are for 3 hours because we have probable cause. Completely unacceptable under any circumstance. Hotel room. And then you want to get upset with us. You're now forced to deal with it because you guys made a bad decision. And I'm not trying to talk down to you or belittle you, but there is a point in time when we need to take some self-law and make sure you're.
When we're inside and out, right? I leave for
You-
5 minutes.
you
to
did
go to
not-
sleep.
you
I'm
didn't.
asking, what is the consecutive time that I have to be?
There is no.
Back in. Like this.
That's not the plan.
What's the plan?
The plan is you're going to be going down to the police station.
Because they're saying that they have evidence. The judge.
We're saying we have endangering the life and health. You're guilty of anything. That's for the courts to decide. But
I need to start watch. I need to start watching videos at like 2 times the speed. I'm sorry, because it's like this is incredible. Like how do people like watch videos?
Children are involved in a case where we have to do everything line by line to the book. And I would not be doing your children a service if I just left them here with you and said, let's try and do better. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. DCFS is going to ask us for photos of the conditions that we found the kids in. Can we take pictures for their purposes?
I'm saying that the DCFS want to see the photos, see if my kids are
They
okay.
can't see if we don't have pictures. They're not going to come here. They're going to go to the hospital.
Okay, then they can see them at the hospital, but no, they can't take photos. They're not taking photos of my children. No.
No, I'm talking about the conditions of your apartment.
You cannot take pictures of my
You don't want me to?
No, I mean it's for the most part it's not that bad, but
It documents the conditions at the time that we were here.
okay.
That's all it is.
So you're asking to take permission of photos?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you can't.
Okay.
They said that we left. Yeah, so they took both the babies away from us and took them to the hospital right now, and now they're trying to charge me and dealing with child endangerment. What is the process from here? I'm gonna be
Taken to the police station, books and processed, and then we'll go from there.
So you guys witnessed my door lock, right? And you have it on camera, like that my kid's stuff is safe.
Yeah, I mean it's locked in there.
Of course, but you guys were already in the room, so I just want to make sure that no one else can get in and take any of my children's or my. So the charge that I'm being arrested for is child endangerment, and their father's being charged with the same thing. Even though it's my hotel room and I stay there.
You both are the parents, aren't you?
When you run my name, are you able to see like if I've been charged with anything?
Yep, it's over here.
So can you inform me of what I've been charged with besides today?
No.
The police officer can put a charge on you, right? But it has to be the judge is the one that makes ultimate determination, right? Jury or judge. Yeah, I'm learning something. I didn't know that. I've normally had judges every court case I had, so and to think I wanted to join police academy. This is crazy, man.
You wanted to join the police academy. That's good information. You're definitely not getting into the police academy now. But anyway, if y'all enjoyed the video, please make sure you go ahead and destroy that like button. Make sure you go ahead to mom says subscribe button. Make sure you go ahead and click that notification bell to be a part of the big fat gang. And make sure you go ahead and click that share button. Share it to your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your cousins, your grandpa, and your grandma. Because we out here trying to find this a nice, sexy, big booty, thick, juicy sugar mama. We're gonna be out here paying our motherfucking bill. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video.